solid.
I did see, like, this kind of relates. I saw, like, NBA had some kind of Twitter thing. Maybe it was NBA on TNT. They were just, like, doing 90s memes, and none of the kids could get anything. It was just real embarrassing.
Well, I mean, they were all born in, like, 2000.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. You know what, though? I've seen 2 videos on this guy. You can't find anything on him. I've seen 2 videos on this guy. One was the draft workout. He was a good passer. It was a highlight video, but he was a good passer. So we'll see. But, I mean, I was kind of hoping to have Brandon Clark, but that's fine.
There was one thing I just remembered now that I kind of wanted to touch on when we were talking about Kobe White and Cam Johnson. I guess we'll get into their teammate right after this, but that was awesome watching.
The Kobe White reaction.
Kobe White reacting to Cam Johnson getting drafted 11. I've never seen so much happiness for a teammate. It was awesome. It was just really cool.
Yeah, you ever thought you'd come out of this liking Duke and North Carolina teammates?
No. No.
I know, it's incredible, but here we are.
And then, so the other teammate, Nasir Little, who fell a lot, which is not really surprising.
Yeah,
but surprising.
I don't think it's that surprising.
It's not surprising, but it's surprising. That's my kind of how I would say it. Because I could have saw him going early, and I could see him falling. We'll see how it works out. I'm interested to see how it works out, because Nasir Little, a guy that definitely has the talent, it just hasn't translated yet. He was a very high recruit.
That's a tough thing to bet on, you know?
1 year at North Carolina where he didn't have much minutes, but he started playing a lot better towards the end of the year. And then he started at the end of the year, he started going back up draft boards. So
played a really good tournament.
Yeah, he did. He had a very good end of the year. I like the Clippers drafting Jelly. That's an interesting one. Then 28, the Warriors.
Yep.
A guy you said on the last podcast, you didn't even really like him. The Warriors get Swaggy Poole, and this is another thing we were talking about. Shooting. People are very general managers are valuing shooting so much. They reach on Jordan Poole, a guy that you can probably get about 45 maybe, but what I was thinking. Swaggy Poole going to 28. He had a great NBA fit on for the draft. He was looking fresh, looking Swaggy Poole-ish. What do you think about the pick?
He takes bad shots. I mean, that's it. If they can coach him up, like, I guess so. But he's one of those. Well, he'll take shots every game, and it's like, oh, that's a terrible shot. Like, that's not going in. And when he takes good shots, he makes them, and he's got talent. I mean, there's no doubt. But it's just one of those where it's like his thing is his shooting and his scoring, and he takes bad shots. So, like, that's a problem.
Yeah. I like Jordan Poole. I don't know if I like him at 28. I like him as just a character, an NBA guy. And then 29, I think the Spurs just did another Spurs thing. I think they did it. Find their gem. Keldon Johnson, who fell to 29, never should fall this low. I think they found a diamond in the rough.
I think the Spurs just, like, whenever they have a lottery pick, they're like, should we just trade this back and just try to find that diamond in the rough?
Dude, I don't understand how they got this. Just insane to me how you can draft a player as good as Keldon Johnson at 29. But that's what they did.
Well, I mean, he's a good player.
We saw what he did in Kentucky. Very good player.
Yeah, good shooter, good fits in. We'll see. It's not like he's going to be, leading your team to anything. Like he's, which is not. I mean, no one gets that at 29. But I can see why he fell. I think it's a good Spurs pick. He could be a good Spurs player, but I mean, if the Clippers would have been drafting him here, we wouldn't have been talking too much about it, I don't think.
We wouldn't be. But there's a lot of players that the Spurs did draft that people said, oh, he's not bringing you to a championship. And they did bring him to a championship.
That's true.
So anyway, then we get to the second round. I like the Hawks trading up for Bruno Fernando at 34.
I really
they needed a
like
center.
That, but I like Bruno Fernando.
I'm not as high on Bruno Fernando. I think he's a very explosive player. That he's raw and he needs work. A lot of athleticism.
A lot of heart and good defense. Fights for those boards. What about right before that, Carson Edwards going to the Celtics?
This kind of reminds me of
Scary Terry?
No, right before Scary Terry. Isaiah Thomas.
Oh.
I think he's going to be more Isaiah Thomas-ish. Can't play defense. Going to light up the scoreboard.
That's true. He can't play defense.
I
like him as a just a off the bench spark plug.
Yeah, I do too. I love him as like a 6-man kind of player.
And hey, worse for worse, he goes 8 for 22, and they don't lose anything.
That's gonna be such a fun. Dude, they're gonna win the summer league. There's no way this team can't win the summer league.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna have Taco, Carson, Romeo Langford.
Who's that? What?
What?
Who's that guy they had last year? That French guy, Yubusele or whatever his name is?
I don't remember.
He's going to be back in there. They drafted some French guy.
Dude,
I don't
they have
know.
so many good players. Grant Williams, Carson Edwards. They may have just drafted just to win a summer league championship. Like, we promised you guys a championship this year.
Yeah, Williams is going to feast in the summer league.
All right, let's talk. Then we had the biggest faller of the draft. This was the most surprising one. We kind of expected Ball to fall. Not this much.
Yeah. I thought he was going to be late first.
I'm surprised second. No one took a chance on him until 44.
Yeah, what's interesting, I think this could be one of those where you look back at it and, certain things like, the Suns really took Ty Jerome there, or, the Clippers took Kevin Galley there. Like, they could have gotten Ball.
Yeah, there must be something with the physical, and they're just not feeling very confident. I've heard he's immature. I've heard there's.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think the attitude is really pushing people off.
Mm-hmm. I heard he's not really in love with basketball. I've heard a lot of things, but he's got the talent. He's 7'2". He can shoot. You know what he's got. I wasn't a big fan.
He's an incredible shooter.
He's got the connection with Young Thug. That's what he said about his suit. The suit I thought was ugly. The spider web thing. I thought it was disgusting.
How much it cost?
I bet it cost a lot. It was like made by Young Thug's fashion company.
$100,000.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It was
$100,000.
Did not like the suit, but whatever.
I didn't either.
I feel bad. That's so terrible. Him going there and then just falling to 44. Brady Quinn-esque. But hey, it's the draft. Our boy, he's going to the show. Our boy, he's going to the spotlight. He's going to the Mecca. Iggy and RJ. Start printing the t-shirts. I'm pumped for Iggy. He needs to be in the spotlight, and I'm pumped that he's somewhere like New York.
He's gonna be one of those where he'll just be chippy with the best player on the. New York's gonna love him.
I hope he's way too good, and not really, really good, but good enough in New York where he is just. Everyone starts to hate him because he starts doing all these things, and people are like, I hate the Knicks now. I hate the Knicks, and I hope it's all stems because of Iggy.
Well, when did we start liking the Knicks?
When do we start liking the Knicks?
When did we? I never liked the Knicks. I hate the Knicks.
I'm pumped that he's playing for the Knicks. I like the Knicks because they're in New York, and I think it's great for the spotlight.
I like Iggy.
I want to see Iggy in New York. I think it's perfect.
Players they have.
Huh?
I like some of the players they have.
I think it's perfect. I think Iggy in New York is like destiny. It's the most perfect thing in the world. All right. Do we have any other? Oh, Kyle Guy is going to the Kings. I love that. Kyle Guy is just a player I really want to watch.
I mean, they're just going for shooting. Man, the Celtics. They kind of did I like how they did kind of everything. I think Langford and Carson Edwards are like hopeful high ceiling guys, and then Grant Williams and Tremont Waters are like polished.
They got Trey Waters also.
NBA guys.
Why do they need two guards under 6'2"?
I really think they were. I really legitimately were like, well, we have 4 picks. We're only going to keep what you only keep 1 of your 2 picks normally. They have 4 of them. They're like, all right, we're going to go with one guy who's projected to be pretty good and one guy who we've seen do it. You know.
I hope Trey Waters doesn't make the team in Boston and he ends up in Brooklyn and he just haunts the Celtics forever.
He takes over Kyrie's spotlight. He just like beats out Kyrie.
I would love that. Because I can see that happening. I feel like Trey Waters would be the guy that gets like, oh, this guy's so good, but we just don't have the room for him, and then it just haunts him.
I don't know if he'll be that good, but I mean, he's a good passer.
He's got range
good
too.
This guy, they do need someone who can spread the ball around.
He's got range. And then Guys, I was just surprised that he didn't get drafted. Nas Reed was really surprising to me. I thought for sure he'd go. Jonte Porter didn't go. I guess they're really worried about the injuries. His whole family has the injury problems.
They have to be. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, their whole family gets injured constantly.
Mm-hmm. Is Michael Porter Jr. a lock to win the Rookie of the Year this year?
No.
I can't believe. So Michael Porter Jr. is going to be the Ben Simmons rookie if he's healthy. Is he going to be healthy?
He might be healthy for the start of it, but not for the full season.
Can Zaire Smith still be considered a rookie?
No, he played a game.
Oh, he played one game?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, okay.
He played a couple, I think. I think he played like 2 or 3.
I thought there was like a 5-game minimum or something, but whatever. All right.
Maybe there is. I don't know.
Anything else you want to say about the NBA draft?
That's it. Who's your favorite draft? Did we already say this?
My favorite pick or like my favorite team? The Hawks, obviously.
I thought the Pelicans were my favorite, but the Hawks behind that. I mean, it's hard to not be the favorite when you get Zion, but yeah, I thought the Pelicans were great.
Hawks, Pelicans, Celtics. We've kind of mentioned it. We've alluded to it quite a bit.
Yep.
Sixers had a sneaky okay draft.
They had some. Maybe.
They had a good amount of picks, so I guess that's kind of the only reason I'm saying that.
Yeah, so we'll see. It's going to be interesting. I think this kind of. I mean, some teams clearly are the same as they always were, but for a lot of teams, this is kind of maybe showing what their team's going to look like. Memphis, just John Morant, that's going to define their team. Clearly Zion is. I think the Suns, it's kind of defining their team. No, we want spacing. We don't really care about defense. It's interesting. I like I like this draft. I think it'll be interesting to see throughout this offseason where people end up, who signs where. This draft was, I was highly invested in a lot of these players, so I really liked it, but it's a good draft.
A last player I actually wanted to talk about, we didn't really talk about, Talen Horton-Tucker. Lakers, they got their one pick. They made the trade in the second round. They got Talen Horton-Tucker late, a guy who had a very good high school career. He was like a Chicago legend. He could have been a lottery pick at one point, and then he just kind of fizzled out with Iowa State. I like this pick. I like that pick for the Lakers. They didn't have a single pick. They traded in for this pick, and I like that. I like that pick they made there.
I think my only problem with that is he can't shoot threes. The Lakers don't have shooters.
I think they took like one of their best players in the second round. So.
Yeah, I guess so, but it's like they don't have shooters, and this guy is not a shooter. It's just weird.
I kind of like the Cavs getting Kevin Porter Jr. 30 also.
We'll see. Yeah, you just have to see.
I'm saying I like the value on the 30 pick. I know we're not kind of big fans on Kevin Porter Jr., but I like the value of the pick.
Yeah, for sure.
Big value pick guy. I'm a big value pick. I like the value
pick. Value pick. I just hate some of the things, like you look at it, I just hate, the two terms I hate are draft age and projected 3-point percentage. I hate them. Because they're both things that are, it's like, okay, that's worthless. Mm-hmm. What was Kawhi Leonard's projected draft, like, 3-point percentage? You know what I mean? Or I bet Klay Thompson's wasn't as high as it is now. It's like, it's so hard to draft someone. Oh, well, it looks like he might be good at this. It's like, no, give me someone who's good at things. I can use that.
I think that will work better next year, especially when the college moves back the 3-point line a little bit. So you'll have a better kind of idea. But I know what you're saying. It will be interesting, though, to see how much impact the college 3-point line has on this next draft based on shooting. It might have more of a... I think
that will expose quite a bit of people.
I agree. I think it'll make a bigger impact.
Some people are going to be shooting terribly from behind that line, that little further back. They just won't have the rhythm.
I agree. I think it'll be very interesting. All right, last thing I want to close with, unless you want to say anything else about the draft.
No, I'm done.
All right. We need your take. You're our rap guy. You're our rap genius. You are our Biggie Smalls, our Tupac, our Eminem, our Justin Bieber, our who sings Old Town Road, or Lil Nas X. You're our guy. You're our DJ Sway Lee. not Swaley, DJ